Okay, so it's been a while since I've actually sat down and did one of these random videos where I want to talk about how I feel. And the idea to actually come back and start doing that again has been one that's been in my mind for a long time. For a while, I actually considered doing this, but I have been going through a lot. And so, those of you who have actually been following me, you probably already know I got a lot on my plate. I've gone through a divorce. I've lost my mother. I have basically lost my home. I went through a lot. And basically, I'm in a position now that I'm making a lot of choices based off wanting a better future. That being said, I figured I would actually bring this up because I know some of you actually follow me on Facebook. And honestly, I've been struggling back and forth about whether or not I should even still keep an account there because of some of the things I've actually experienced, right down from the somebody sending me unwanted dick pics to random people stalking me to situations in which I've actually had to just completely start blocking people because of the things said to me or behavior that I just didn't want anything to do with. Now, that being said, I'm still trying to look at things positively. There are a lot of wonderful people I've actually got to send memes back and forth with and have very wonderful, positive experiences with through Facebook and on the internet. But I think it's better for me right now to take a little bit of a break from actually being on there as much as I was, just because I can tell it's actually leading me personally to have a list of thoughts about a life or seeing things that kind of make me feel a little bit sad because I know I can't do those things anymore. Like there would be posts that would bring up memories like of people that are no longer in my life, and for me, that's one of those situations that I'm trying to heal, not reopen wounds. And Facebook, whether it's trying to do it or not, it seems to have a tendency to keep bringing things from the past up at the most inopportune times. So I figure that it's time for me to move on from that. I'll still keep my messenger and I'll check it occasionally if anybody really wants to say anything to me on there. But I'm just not going to be on there like I used to be, not as active. I might still come in and check stuff, but I'm starting to get to the point that I'm flat out just deactivating it for long stints of time because I feel like I need to detox from some of the behavior that comes along with being on Facebook. A few people actually have asked me about why it is I haven't posted a ton of videos, and I know not everybody has the time to go look back in my vlogs, or not everybody was on my Facebook, but I figured for my own mental health and my own well being, it was better that I just take a step back from doing a lot of things that I used to do as frequently. Considering my circumstances, it's better for me to be in a better position in the real world day to day than to spend a lot of time on the internet when I can't really justify it at times. And during those times, I was really struggling just to cope and survive, to be honest with you. Now, as far as me returning back, and when I do try to get myself back in gear, I'll probably be posting a lot more videos. I'm still working on trying to get myself a better rig and new camera and replace a lot of the things that I've lost. But at the same time, I'm actually very thankful for all the people who I've actually grown to find supportive or kind to me over the years and let me know that not everybody is a horrible person. Now, this is something that I'm actually admitting. I went through a phase in which I was so hurt by people or I felt so isolated that it really disturbed me to even try to bring up certain topics because I was afraid of the repercussions that would come upon me. And now that I'm free of a lot of that, I feel so much better about my life in general, and I feel like a weight has been lifted off me. Also, I think it probably would do some good for me to actually express a lot of those emotions or those feelings that I was having and what I was going through, so that other people might actually understand, or they can see that another real person is going through those things, and it's okay to feel, and it's okay to admit that something's not quite right. It's okay to go speak to somebody if you need to, because sometimes in situations like that, just because you care about somebody doesn't mean it is healthy for you. And that's something I've actually had to learn through multiple experiences, and I can't turn back and not know what I know now, because honestly, if I can help just one person not go through something abusive, or if I could just help one person to feel better about themselves, and realize that not everyone's going to look down on you and not everybody's going to treat you poorly, I feel like my life was actually worth something. Had a little bit more meaning or purpose than what I actually was told repeatedly by someone who probably should not have even been in my life. And I am so very thankful for everyone who has actually shown me repeatedly, or has actually given me inspiration to continue on, because the same people who would sit there and look down on anything that I'm trying to do with my life are the same people who really didn't have a reason to actually be part of my life or in my close circle. And that is something I'm grateful for, despite the fact that I didn't like some of the negative things that actually came my way because of dealing with that. But I'm thankful that if I come across someone else, I can actually have a conversation and actually have some full meaning behind why it is I'm saying what I'm saying, and actually have experience to go behind why it is I'm giving certain advice. So keep your head up, work on your goals, focus on actually succeeding in life, and everything else will fall into place. Because honestly, if you stay around people who talk down about you and they aren't even trying to give you any real constructive criticism, then they're just going to hold you back from being a better version of yourself that you need to be. So I really hope that everyone's doing well, and that in the future I have way more inspiring things to talk about. I can have a little bit more of an update on how school is going to go for me and the progress that I've made towards my goals. And hopefully I'll also be able to go back to doing my vlogs and things like that on a more regular basis when I have a better supportive structure in my life than what's going on right now. Because honestly, I feel as though this part of my life, this part of my journey is something that I don't want to hide. And honestly, somebody else might benefit from seeing the things that I'm going through, or knowing that I went through those things, or having somebody to talk to about how they feel. Because no one should go through life feeling like they're alone, and no one should go through life having people in their life that clearly are trying to isolate and hurt them. So if you need somebody to talk to and you've been going through something like that, it might take me a while to respond, but honestly, I don't want nobody else to feel like what I felt when I was going through stuff like that. And just know that you're not by yourself, and that you don't have to go through life feeling like you're alone just because somebody's telling you that, because it's not true. There actually are people in this world who will care about you and actually care about your well-being without you being talked down to or anything like that. So hopefully everybody's doing well, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.